Well, there's a lot of concern among parents and also the school community. The concern, as you mentioned, when I talk to those moms, they say they're just worried that their kids are not going to be safe at school. Park Manor elementary school parent Nelda Craig comes to pick up a free at-home COVID test for her kids, concerned that the Southside grade school still isn't safe after another outbreak just before winter break forced the elementary into quarantine.
I'm 100% concerned because it's not just my kid, it's all the kids, it's the teachers.
Craig got sick and missed Christmas with her children, who were both vaccinated, after her son remained asymptomatic after catching the virus from a 5th grade classmate and gave it to her. She is vaccinated as well. Proof some teachers and staff say the school is in crisis.
We have 10 staff, including our principal, plus 25 students who've now tested positive in the last 2 weeks.
Earlier this month, Chicago Public Schools responded by giving out roughly 150,000 free take-home COVID-19 tests to over 300 schools in communities hardest hit by the pandemic. Today was the deadline for the kits to be returned for processing, so results could be available before the January 3rd start of class.
Those tests right now are so valuable because it will allow us to capture any positive cases. That allows us to work with those families to make sure the children don't come to school next week. And then, of course, we bring them back when it's safe.
But at a morning news conference, the Chicago Teachers Union criticized the move, saying many of those families never got the test because those schools were on quarantine because of the virus. Union officials won't say if they'll push for a delayed start of the school year or a return to remote learning.
It's not our call. We don't, propose that unless our members are supporting it.
And while the union and some others want rapid tests to be made available in schools and a switch to opt-out testing protocols, mom Shawanda Renfro, who also picked up a home COVID test for her 13-year-old son, wonders if in the end any of it will keep him safe.
They saying test them today. The new year ain't even here yet. But you want to test them today and send them back on the 3rd? What about the 3rd? They can walk in with COVID from the new year.
Yeah, and that's the concern that many of these parents have here. What they're doing with CTU members is they're either passing out those tests. Some of those that have been processed are being brought back here. CTU members are taking those tests to FedEx, where they're supposed to be dropped off and sent to be processed. Or you can also drop them off at one of the 6 Chicago Public Library locations between noon and 5 to get them where they need to be, so you can get test results back as soon as possible.
Hey, if you like that video, be sure to subscribe to our ABC7 Chicago YouTube channel.